Hello guys, welcome to the first ever Rebels podcast that is being videoed. If you are a patron of mine, then you are seeing this before everyone else. And if you're on YouTube, welcome to the first ever Patreon podcast. So let me quickly just chat to you about why I'm doing this and what's really been going through my head. Basically, I started Patreon podcasts when I first opened my Patreon back in, I think, 2022, around that time. And I love my podcasts. I'm really open, honest, transparent, and vulnerable on my podcasts. And I like showing that side of myself because obviously I run my own business and I know that sometimes the things that I'm feeling, other people will be feeling too. So having that sense of not feeling alone is why I love doing my podcasts. And I know so many people on YouTube who follow me on YouTube are fellow small businesses, and I wanted to bring this video aspect to my YouTube and to Patreon. I love listening to podcasts. However, I also love watching them. So I haven't really seen many of my small business circle friends do it. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know, but I'm just going to give it a go. It means I get to bring these brand new videos to YouTube, and I'm just excited. Now, I want to point out that there will be a podcast on YouTube every month. However, if you want to be the first to watch and listen to these podcasts, then you need to come and join me over on Patreon. I'll always leave it linked in the description below, or I'll pop up a little QR code on the side here. But my patrons will know everything and be able to watch and listen to these podcasts a month before everyone else. So yeah, please come and join us over on the Rebels Patreon. It's a space dedicated for supporting, bigging up, highlighting fellow small businesses, and we would love to have you over there. Now, let's stop plugging that for a bit because, guys, I've got some really, really big news that I want to chat to you about and talk you through. But I'm like, I can't actually believe that I'm saying these words. So I've been keeping a little secret. On Thursday, the 12th of September, 2024, I had my last shift in Starbucks. I'm actually getting a bit emotional thinking about it because I think it hasn't become real because I haven't been able to tell many people, because I wanted to tell my Patreons first, and I wanted to sit down and for this to be my first video podcast. Guys, I've quit Starbucks. I am finally, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. What the heck? I am finally doing this full time. This has been my dream for the whole time I started my business over 6 years ago. I don't know why I haven't cried yet. I think it's because I've been keeping it a secret, and now I get to share it with you guys and share it with my community that have been a huge reason of why I've been able to do this. Yeah, I have been running REBELJONES for 6.5 years, nearly 7 years. And it's been a slow burner for me. And I know so many of you will hear me talk about this more frequently. But it's true. My journey has been slow. It has been difficult. I think everyone's small business journey is difficult. I don't care what anyone says. It's hard. It's hard to do. But there's so much I want to talk about. And this is why I'm excited to bring these podcasts to Patreon and to YouTube, because there's so many thoughts and things and feelings and experiences that I've been through that I haven't voiced properly because I'm so scared that people won't like me for the way I think about things. But I know I'm not the only one who's going to have these feelings and the experiences. And I want to be the person who opens up a little bit so not everyone feels on their own. Anyway, back to the most important subject. I now do Rebel Jones full time. This is my full-time business, and I'm so emotional about it because I have worked so hard to get to this, and it feels like a relief. I am home. I'm next door to my husband-to-be. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm already married by now, which is unreal. But right now, I'm not married. I'm getting married in 6 days. And I'm home with my dog, Bryn, and I've had my surgery and things are looking really good. And it just feels amazing. But I really want to chat to you about the decision, like what was the deciding factor of me quitting Starbucks and thinking, okay, now it's time. Because if you have followed me on YouTube and Patreon for a long time, I've had times where I've worked 4 days a week, then I've gone down to 3, and then I've gone down to 2, but the 2 wasn't enough and I wasn't making enough of my business, so I had to go back up to 3 times a week. It's been such a roller coaster when it comes to figuring out when to quit my part-time job and when to do this full-time. And yeah, I really want to talk about my experience because I find my experience and how I live and where I am in my life to be very, very lucky. And I want everyone who's watching this I don't want anyone to think that they will never be able to do it, because I honestly thought that for so many years, and now 6.5 years down the line, here we are, we've done it. We've actually freaking done it. So let me chat to you about some of the factors that made me think, okay, it's time. I would say the past 2 years, let's start with YouTube. Well, actually, let's start with Patreon. So Patreon, I started in 2023 and it was great. However, I rushed it terribly and I did things that other people were doing because I thought that would work, and it didn't work for me. I ended up hating it, not enjoying my experience of running a Patreon, and that's when I knew I had to stop. I had to quit. Not quit. I just had to close. I had to close my Patreon and really think about what kind of space I wanted. Somewhere where I'm happy, somewhere where I'm going to enjoy posting and being part of. But I knew that so many of my Instagram followers, and my YouTube wasn't that big at the time, but people that were following me on YouTube and watching my YouTube videos, they were also fellow small businesses. And I wanted to kind of leave Instagram for my products, but I didn't want to lose my small business followers. So that's when I really realised that Patreon was a space where I wanted small businesses to come, feel safe, feel supported, where they could ask advice, where we could just chat and just be there for each other. So when I closed my Patreon and reopened it back up, ever since then, Patreon has grown so much. Do you know what? We're actually on the most members I've ever had. You can join my Patreon for free. You don't really get much info on that. There are different tiers, but we have 228 people on my Patreon. However, that's not paid. We have 97 paid patrons, and we're so close to 100. We haven't reached it yet, but I know one day we will. Like, I'm not in any rush anymore. I'm so grateful for every Patreon and every step of my journey. But yeah, we are got 97 paid Patrons, 228 altogether, including the free Patreons. And yeah, that's something that I wanted to keep working at, because that is just another income stream for me and my business. And once I started to notice that was becoming more and more popular, all of a sudden then came YouTube. YouTube was starting to grow more. I was starting to get brand deals, like companies sending me free products, and that was a dream of mine. And yeah, it was just growing loads. Now, this past year for YouTube has been my best year yet. And these are all factors of why I knew it was time to quit my part-time job. So my Patreon was growing, my YouTube was growing. I get AdSense, I get paid via ads. It's not loads, but I get paid. It's incredible. But I also get sponsorships now, and that has really changed the game for me. However, another thing that I was not expecting to happen, but the past 2 product launches that I've launched on my website and the last few Mystery Monday subscription launches I've done have been the best I've ever done in my business. And it's amazing. It's an incredible feeling. And I was ready. I'm just ready for each of these stages. I've been ready for them. I'm so glad it didn't happen to me overnight. Like I'm really not. I'm so glad that it's taken its time and I've been able to enjoy and embrace and accept each stage of growth. So if you are watching this and you want that overnight success, you go for it, my love. You freaking go for it. If that's what you want, you go for it. However, if it's taking longer for you, please accept that journey and accept your path. I used to wake up every morning hoping that a post has done really, really well and I've gone viral, whereas I don't think like that anymore. And things are getting better for me because I'm just riding this wave of whatever wave I'm on, you know? So with all those factors in mind, the past couple of months, I've been saving my bills, everything that I have to pay out bills wise for my house, I have been saving through my business to see if I can actually pay for all that stuff through my business. And I can. And that's when I knew it was time to say goodbye to my part-time job, say goodbye to Starbucks, and really delve deep into Rebel Jones, which has been just a dream of mine, like a huge, huge dream. I would like to point out that my partner has an amazing job and at the moment is definitely the breadwinner. One day I have a feeling that I'm going to be. But it doesn't matter who really is the breadwinner. However, there's no limitations when it comes to your own business. Remember that. It sounds amazing, being on a salary. However, when you run your own business, there is no caps, there's no limitations. You can keep going. Anyway, that's not my point. What I was saying was my partner's in a very good, secure job, and it means that anything outside of my bills, he's able to pay for. So, but I have to say, I have had a lot of money left over where I've been able to provide for certain things for us and for me through my business. So it is amazing, but I know that I've got that security blanket there when I need it. So yeah, please remember that we're all in different stages in life and we're all in different, we all have different things. You might not have a partner. You might be doing this all on your own. You may be a mum or a parent. You may, there's loads of factors that means that we're all on our different paths and journeys. But I want to just really tell you what I have been doing behind the scenes, and that is building my business to a point where, and saving the money to the point where I can go, okay, it's time to leave the part-time job. And that's where we are today. And I have been working in the studio full-time for 2 weeks nearly, and it feels amazing. It's little things like writing a to-do list and getting to the end of the day when maybe things have gone wrong, things haven't gone to plan. I can just go, that's fine. It can be put on tomorrow's to-do list. I haven't been able to do that ever. There's been days where I haven't been able to finish something and I wouldn't be able to do it the next few days because I'm in work. And it's been so stressful and so hard on my mental and physical health. And now I can just move some things to the next day. I can spend more time creating videos like these and all my studio vlogs and my tips videos. I remember, I'll let you in on a little secret. Well, it's not a secret, but a little story. not long ago, I was invited by one of my sponsorships. You probably have heard of them, Omnisend. Omnisend have sponsored a few of my videos. They are incredible email marketing service. I go on about them all the time, and I will always go on about them even when they don't sponsor me, like now, because I truly believe in this brand and it's helped me, and I know so many other small businesses really get to grips with email marketing. Anyway, less of that. I'll leave them linked below if you want to go and check them out, because it has changed the game for me. However, they messaged me, when was it? I think 2 months ago, emailed me and said, "Hi Rebecca, we are down in London. We would love to invite you to come and have some food with us and have a chat." And I couldn't go because I was in work, and I was devastated. I remember seeing the lovely Millie from Prince by Millie and Emma from Sunshine Lane go, and I was so gutted. And in that moment in time, I thought, this is crazy that I'm missing out on these opportunities. So that's when things started. That's when I really started to think and started to chat to Tom and be like, things need to change. I need to really figure out what's going on. And yeah, since then I've been working towards just making sure that I can quit. And yeah, this is where we are. But I wanted to share it all with you. Now, it's going to be so difficult because my patrons that are obviously watching this first, keep this secret if you can, because this video won't be going up until end of October for YouTube. So patrons, keep my secret for me for just 4 weeks, please. However, if you're watching this on YouTube, surprise, I've been in the studio for the past 4 weeks doing this full time, and at the moment I feel so bad because obviously I've been starting my vlogs recently with, hi, my name's Rebecca, or hi, welcome to my channel, my name's Rebecca, I'm the creator and owner of REBELJONES Aquarius Stationery Shop, and you are currently on the journey with me to making this a full-time thing. I'm currently still having to say that because I don't want to give this away, because I want to make sure that my patrons know this before everyone else. So it's been very, very hard, but now the secret is out. And if you're on YouTube watching this, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. But this is kind of the first podcast. Now, I will be really talking about loads of different topics on these podcasts. If there's anything that you would like me to talk about small business related, let me know in the comments. But I want, in my next podcast for Patreon and for YouTube, obviously if you want to hear all about it first, make sure you join Patreon. But I'm going to be talking about jealousy in small business. When you are jealous about your friends and you have these thoughts, and they're not you get annoyed about those thoughts because they're your friends, but you still support them 100%, but you have these really strong and hard feelings. And I have felt that many times with my small business friends, and it's time to be really honest about it because it's normal and it's okay to have those feelings. So I'm going to be really delving deep into that in the next podcast, Rebels podcast. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this first one. It's so nice to sit down and chat with you. I'm in such a small space. I'm really hoping to get a light at some point and a brand new podcast mic, but I haven't got the funds for that. So hopefully you enjoy this video and these get some nice views, and hopefully we can work towards, as a community, trying to get some new equipment for me. But it feels nice to sit here and chat with you. So thank you so much for being here, guys. And of course, I will see you next month for another Rebels podcast. I love you. Thank you for everything that you have done, supported me, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's sharing my profile, whether it's commenting on my YouTube videos, whether it's part of my Patreon, whether it's buying from my shop. These little things that you do are the reasons why I'm able to do this full time now. So I'm so grateful for you. Okay, I love you all very, very much. And I will see you next week in a brand new podcast. Now, I think I want you to comment a little pink heart emoji in the comments if you've been able to watch and listen to this video all the way to the end. As always, I like to add a little emoji, and maybe we can have something different to end these vlogs, whether it's a question or I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas. I love you and leave you now. Bye guys. See you next month. What was that? Bye.